You're watching The Shift Asia. Frida Liu here. One of the challenges around ESG implementation, other than implementation, is auditing and reporting. Now, SMEs have a challenge as they don't have the resources to hire someone, especially if they're starting out, but competing on a global scale. And their clients are now expecting ESG reports. How do we go about simplifying ESG reporting affordably? I'm here with Tara Hall from MyGreenlight, who will shed some light around this. Maybe we'll start a little bit about yourself, Tara. I mean, how this transition into what you're doing right now.
Well, I've come from Ireland and spent quite a few years since 2013 in Hong Kong, and then more before that in China, and then came to Malaysia. This is now my second year. From a finance background, but having come to Malaysia and how much ESG is really coming forward, and I'm loving the fact of the simplified ESG, which is quite unique to Malaysia. Basically, the bridge between finance and ESG isn't really dissimilar, I think, from an auditing point of view and how you would monitor your items. It seems to be quite similar and flows into each other. Right. So I can see that the experience that I've got in manufacturing and understanding supply chains, that SMEs definitely need help in their ESG journey. So that's really where it started from for me, becoming interested in it and then joining MyGreenlight, because the software that they have is perfect for SMEs.
Right, okay. And speaking to SMEs, right, what are their common fears besides how much does it cost?
Yes, exactly. I think the biggest fear is the jargon. It's the information. It's like they go, what do I do? What's right, what's wrong? What if I don't have enough information? Right. And when MyGreenlight comes into it is that don't be afraid. At the moment, there is no right and wrong. Okay. So anything that you're doing at the moment can be monitored, can be put into an ESG report. We've recently done one for a food and beverage company, and they were like, we don't really know anything about ESG. So we train them, explain it, start with a baseline report, get your documents digitalized. I think that's the biggest thing, which we help do for them. Put it into a cloud, and then you're halfway to doing your ESG report. Right. So I think the biggest thing for us is taking the fear out of it. Okay. Don't be worried.
Right, and I guess I don't know if this is a fair question, but like when working in Hong Kong and whatever, maybe you were not in that space then, but where do you see the level of maturity with SMEs right now in terms of understanding ESG?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of people have a lot to learn, and I think that they are maybe a little bit scared to get into it. I think they're looking at, it's the big PLCs, the huge companies are doing it. It's not really, we don't need to do it yet. I think that's the biggest thing. And what we want to get across is that get started early. Do it now. Do it while MyGreenlight is very cost effective. Right. It's very, very affordable because we're aiming at the SMEs, not the big companies. Right. So we can come in, do your report for you, get you on the ladder, get you started so that you are ahead of the game. Don't wait until it's mandatory and then it's expensive and then everybody wants it and the demand will be very high.
Right. And I guess like as you get started, your understanding improves as well.
Absolutely.
If you don't get started. Right now, we just want to put our heads in the sand.
Yes, I think there is a little bit of that. So I want to take that fear away.
Okay. So what does your solution aim to do though?
Is to get you started on your journey, because ideally it would be a 3-year plan. You would start off with a baseline report, then move into your scope 1, 2 and 3. So without scaring people, that's just basically getting you on your journey. Documenting your petrol expenses, documenting your anything. If you have a little business and you've got a filing cabinet at the back of the room, let's get it digitalized. Let's get it on the system, get you on your start. Then we can start looking at, what lighting are you using? Could we change that to different types of lighting? You're using plastic, let's not do that. So everything is a learning curve, which we would guide them through their journey. And then on the next year's report, everything then would start to be, okay, we get it now. And that's what I want to take away, is that nothing is right and wrong. Just get a start, do your baseline report, and then every year you will get better and your emissions will become better. Because I think everyone thinks, it's environmental. The social and the governance is actually as important as the environmental side of it. Yes. So, if you're doing charitable donations, I look at all the money that goes out of your business. So if you are doing something for the community, that comes under your social and governance. So you can actually document that within your report. So people come to me and say, I mightn't do very much, so I'm going to have one-line report. You'd be surprised what you could do. You know, in the recent one we did, they were doing so much for the community that fell under that social governance. And actually there was a lot that they were proud of that can go into their ESG report.
Right, and they say, oh wow, we have been doing some
that,
things as well.
and didn't even realize.
Not just things that we haven't been doing, but things that we have been doing.
Absolutely.
But
so
not
looking
knowing.
at the positives.
So just a few. Well, just yesterday, I was doing this event, and it was just about the whole about how what you mentioned about doing something now before it becomes mandatory.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's so important, because even the whole getting more women on boards.
Yes.
This was encouraged by the Securities Commission and Bursa, and then after that, the idea was to get people started on this journey, getting women on boards, and then now it's mandatory.
Yes.
Right. So then you don't have to start searching, because you've
Yes.
already been on that journey. You know, and I guess how fast can they get results? Like, you know, in terms of once I get started,
Yeah.
is it almost immediate with
Because
the
our our software is so developed, and we are very experienced in our field. You know, we have a joint team of manufacturing, supply chains, understanding the needs of a business from a finance and an auditing point of view. I think that's key, that we can turn around a report in a month.
Right.
So we're very quick. So once we go into the company, assess the needs, because our software can be the needs of anything. Could be food and beverage, you could be making chairs, you could be a clothing business. It really is
Even
irrelevant.
services, even
Anything, there's nothing that we can't do, because we have pulled our information in to create it unique to the business. So I would go, right, this is what you need, here's what we would call a checkpoint, but then we would tailor it to the needs of that business. So once I get the information, I load it in. So there's no cost to them of hiring anybody to do sustainability.
Right.
There's no need to be getting more staff.
Yep.
I need one member of the team to send it to me. We put it into a cloud. They own the information. So the report belongs to the customer.
Right.
It doesn't belong to us. They
Right.
own it. And then I build the report and I can turn it around in a month.
Right. And how's your solution, I guess, different compared to others?
Because we are so experienced. I think everyone's coming into the market quite new, and there's a lot of AI companies and a lot of good software companies out there. But because we've got a wealth of longevity of experience, and we know what we're looking for, and we can do it quickly, that does give us a bit of a heads up and a bit of a difference to what's out there in the market.
Okay, so, and you know, you've worked with several industries. What industries do you like to see coming forward more, but still holding back?
Yeah. I just think getting the SMEs involved at the early stage now, before, I think that's what I'm trying to get across to people. Take the fear away from it. We will assure you. Get us in, get onto MyGreenlight, have a look at what we do.
Right.
We can come in for no charge, explain what we do, and if you think, you know what, this could be worth a go, why not?
Right. And do you think that some industries should be a little bit more forward if they haven't already, like manufacturing? Do you think?
Manufacturing absolutely should be. I mean, there is a new ESG coming out all of the time. I, as you know, go to a lot of the conferences. We keep up to date on everything that changes, which is changing rapidly in Malaysia.
Yes.
Very, very impressed by the country and what they've done so far.
And we're like, oh, well, we can't catch up. But yes.
Exactly. But so we do catch up and go to everything. So we're on top of everything, and anything that's new, like manufacturing, what's happening in supply chains, what's going on in the market, we are on top of it, and we are.
Okay. And why are you using SEDG as a standard?
I think because the simplified version of ESG, which is quite unique to from Malaysia, that it makes it a lot easier for the SMEs. I mean, the bigger companies are probably looking at GRI, which is a bit more detailed.
Right.
But the simplified ESG is a very easy system, and particularly with our software, because we build it in and tailor it, you know, I would go and see them, and all I go is that this is what I need from you. If they say we don't have it, okay, well, let's get your policies in place. Do you have your protection? Do you have, you know, there's a list of guidelines that we have for them to follow. So that's what makes it simpler for them. So we take that fear away.
Right. And what are some plans moving forward for MyGreenlight?
Yeah, to basically be the forefront of all the SMEs. I mean, we would love to be, we could literally do 20 to 30 reports in a month. No
Okay.
problem. We have the team, we have the expertise, we're currently doing it. So it's trying to build up that understanding of, don't be afraid.
Okay,
Come
don't
on
be
board
afraid.
with us. We will do it for you.
Okay, don't be afraid. Are there some questions which you want to bring up, or topics you want to bring up that I haven't had an opportunity to ask you?
Just the thing about the financing, I think you touched on it with the cost. I think there is a bit of a scare of like, oh, it's going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
We have also got teams of partnerships involved in us that do some AI, that are involved with getting finance for companies, because there is a great help with the banks. I think particularly Alliance Bank may be one of of them, is offering finance help to customers once they've completed their ESG report. That is something we are, can also help companies with.
All right. So thanks again, Tara, for being here. And what's that? No fear.
No fear.
Just get started. Of course, you've been watching The Shift Asia.